Listen carefully. This is one of those moments that quietly changes everything. What's happening next in your life won't be loud, but it will be undeniable. You're on the edge of a new phase, and the environment around you is about to feel unfamiliar in the best way. There's a shift coming that alters where you belong and who can reach you. You may already sense it. Certain places no longer fit. Certain conversations feel limited, and your presence is starting to carry a different weight. Nothing is being taken from you. Something is preparing to move you. The details aren't meant to be clear yet, only the feeling, that subtle knowing that you're outgrowing your current space. Now pay attention to your reactions lately. The silence before responses, the sudden pull toward refinement, the sense that you're being observed rather than overlooked. These are hints, not explanations. This next phase isn't announced, it's recognized, and those meant to notice, it will feel it in their chest, not their mind. Stay with this message until the end. If it gave you chills, that's your confirmation. Engage with it. Like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment to mark that you were here when the shift was still invisible. What's coming doesn't need to be explained. It only needs to be received. There are moments when heaven speaks so clearly that the soul trembles before the mind can catch up. This is one of those moments. God has declared that your name is no longer public. What once defined you, what others could label, explain, or misunderstand, has been removed. You are no longer operating in the open arena of familiarity. The season where people thought they knew you, predicted you, or controlled the narrative of your life has ended. This declaration is not about secrecy for fear. It is about separation for purpose. You are also no longer a normal chosen one. That label itself has been stripped away. Normal chosen ones follow a recognizable path. They move within expectations, even spiritual ones. But you are no longer guided by strings, no longer maneuvered like a puppet in systems you didn't design. God has cut the cords. The quiet obedience you carried before has matured into divine authority. You are now moving with intention, awareness, and spiritual autonomy. This is why things may already feel unfamiliar inside you. The discomfort, the restlessness, the sense that old roles no longer fit. It's not confusion, it's confirmation. Heaven is repositioning you. When God removes a public name, it's because what's coming cannot survive public interference. Your steps now are watched more by heaven than by people. Your new hidden name is not gentle to the old world. It is disruptive. It carries weight, friction, and consequence. God calls it a disaster, not because it destroys you, but because it dismantles systems that were never meant to contain you. Wherever this name operates, stagnation collapses, false order breaks, and outdated structures are forced to move or fall. You are being recruited, not comforted, not coddled, not preserved, but recruited. This is enlistment into something serious, something demanding. Your destiny does not fit neatly into traditional spiritual boxes. You won't always be understood, even by those who think they are spiritually mature. What God is doing through you does not follow the old blueprint, because the old blueprint cannot carry the new assignment. Think of history's great disruptors, those who didn't just inspire, but redefined eras. They were rarely welcomed at first. Their presence caused discomfort before transformation. That same pattern follows you. Your calling doesn't politely knock, it rearranges the house. And that is why God hid your new name, because its power must mature before it is revealed. What God has placed on you cannot be summarized in one gift, one title, or one ability. This is spiritual bricolage, a rare, holy combination of elements that were never meant to exist together, yet now function as one. Your sensitivity and your strength, your logic and your intuition, your wounds and your wisdom. None of it is accidental. Spiritual bricolage means God didn't copy anyone else when forming you. He used what was available, your experiences, your struggles, your environment, even your delays, and fused them into something entirely new. What once felt fragmented now becomes functional. The pieces of your life that seemed random suddenly align with precision. This is why comparison never worked for you. You could admire others, but you could never replicate them. Your spirit rejected imitation because your design is original. And originality always feels lonely before it feels powerful. But this fusion God created in you carries authority that cannot be trained or taught. It can only be lived. The first visible sign of this transformation begins externally. God starts with your environment. A demographic shift is coming. Physically, socially, mentally. This may look like relocation, a sudden opportunity elsewhere, or a deep pull toward a place that feels unfamiliar but strangely right. Geography matters when destiny is involved. With new location comes new people. The faces around you will change. Conversations will feel different. You'll notice that you are no longer stimulated by the same energy, the same circles, the same rhythms. God removes you from places that echo your past so He can introduce you to environments that activate your future. This isn't escape, it's alignment. Just as seeds require the right soil to grow, your assignment requires a new setting. When God moves you demographically, He is protecting the next version of you. Resistance here only delays what is inevitable. As your surroundings shift, something even deeper begins to transform. Your mentality. Old survival thinking dissolves. Old limits lose their authority. You start seeing yourself differently, not because of ego, but because of clarity. Your identity expands to match your calling. In a new environment, your spirit breathes differently. You begin responding instead of reacting. You speak with more certainty, move with more calm, and choose with more wisdom. This isn't arrogance, it's alignment. The noise that once clouded your judgment fades because it no longer has access to you. This is where many people don't recognize you anymore, not because you became fake, but because you became free. And freedom always looks unfamiliar to those still confined by old versions of themselves. But this new mentality is necessary. God is preparing your mind before He accelerates your path. Change has a price, and one of the first signs is the shift in your relationships. Some people who were once central to your life may drift away, not out of malice, but because their energy cannot match the frequency God is raising you to. This can feel painful, even bewildering, but it is essential. Every departure clears space for connections that are authentic, aligned, and life-giving. The truth is, many of the relationships we hold onto are safe rather than sacred. They comfort, but they do not challenge or elevate. God is moving you into a sphere where every interaction serves a purpose, where each connection resonates with your divine mission. These relationships will mirror the new you, reflect your growth, and even challenge you to become the highest version of yourself. Expect surprises. Allies will appear in unexpected places. Mentors will show up in unconventional forms, and friends may return under entirely new dynamics. These are not coincidences. The universe itself bends to align people, timing, and opportunities with your spiritual trajectory. Be open to letting go, but also embrace what is real and nourishing. Once your new environment and aligned relationships are in place, God initiates what can be called the ratchet phase. This is where momentum becomes unstoppable. Life will start to move at a pace that feels both thrilling and overwhelming. Opportunities, challenges, and insights will come in rapid succession, and you will need to respond decisively. During this phase, there is no turning back and no hesitation allowed. Every step you take compounds, every decision you make accelerates the trajectory. Think of it as a machine that once started only moves forward, with each gear locking into the next. This intensity is not meant to frighten you. It is designed to refine, clarify, and propel you into your highest destiny. You may feel like the world itself is conspiring to challenge and elevate you simultaneously. That tension is purposeful. It ensures that you cannot coast or rely on old habits. Instead, you are forged into a vessel capable of receiving the magnitude of your new calling. Every day will bring rapid growth, profound insights, and signs of the extraordinary. As your transformation deepens, the universe itself begins to bend to your favor. Circumstances, people, and opportunities shift in ways that seem almost miraculous. Situations that once blocked your progress dissolve, and doors you never anticipated begin to open. This is not luck. This is divine orchestration. History and scripture are full of examples where the chosen few experienced a convergence of forces that supported their mission. Think of those whose arrival in a city or a nation sparked change that altered entire generations. You are entering that zone where the spiritual and the physical converge. The global dynamic begins to tilt in a subtle but powerful way, ensuring that the path meant for you is increasingly clear. This alignment doesn't mean everything will be effortless. Challenges will still exist, but the friction is now purposeful, shaping you, proving your readiness, and refining your character. When you notice the synchronicity, the coincidences, and the timely opportunities, recognize them as confirmation that you are on the right path and that the cosmos itself supports your role. It's easy to mistake what's happening as mere change, a shift that adjusts some aspects of your life. But this is far deeper. This is transformation at a molecular level of your being. Your spirit, mind, and body are being recalibrated to operate on a frequency previously inaccessible. Nothing about you remains untouched. Transformation is disruptive. Old comforts, habits, and assumptions no longer fit. Every area of life, work, relationships, mindset, spirituality, will be redefined. This is not cosmetic or superficial, it is radical. Think of a butterfly emerging from the cocoon. The caterpillar is unrecognizable, its former way of existing entirely replaced by something more vibrant, agile, and purposeful. Embrace the intensity, even when it feels disorienting. Resistance may come from within and from others, but the magnitude of this shift requires complete surrender to God's design. The old version of you must fall away entirely, so the new, unstoppable, divinely equipped, chosen one can fully emerge. As transformation progresses, your very essence, your personality, your efforts, and your role undergoes reconstruction. This is a divine redesign, where God shapes you with the precision of a master craftsman. Traits that were underutilized now shine with brilliance, and efforts that once seemed inconsequential take on profound significance. Your natural inclinations, talents, and even past failures are integrated into a new identity, a cohesive spiritual armor. Nothing is wasted. Everything becomes fuel for your mission. For instance, struggles that once brought doubt now inform wisdom, creativity, and resilience that others cannot replicate. Your uniqueness is no longer latent. It becomes a living force. In practical terms, this means every initiative you undertake, every project you touch, and every relationship you invest in will have an amplified impact. Your presence alone begins to influence outcomes, reshape conversations, and inspire transformation. You are no longer functioning within the ordinary. You are operating within divine architecture, remade for your ultimate purpose. The walls that once seemed insurmountable are now being dismantled. Barriers, whether internal doubts, external pressures, or societal expectations, are losing their grip. God is clearing your path so that nothing can slow down the destiny written specifically for you. What once blocked your progress will now serve only as a memory of your previous limitations. This is more than opportunity, it's liberation. You may feel an inner lightness, a subtle power, and an unexpected confidence, as if unseen hands are guiding your every step. When resistance comes, it will be brief, merely a test of faith, and will crumble under the momentum God has placed in your life. Remember, freedom at this level requires vigilance. Even when doors open effortlessly, you must step boldly. The universe no longer conspires against you. It now conspires for you. Every boundary that remains is meant only to sharpen your focus, not to stop your rise. Get ready. The pace of your life is about to transform into something exponential. Events, opportunities, and revelations will move at a speed that feels overwhelming yet exhilarating. What used to take years will now unfold in months, weeks, even days. This acceleration is a divine mechanism to thrust you into your full purpose without delay. Think of it as a spiritual turbocharge. The skills, wisdom, and resilience cultivated over years will now be deployed at maximum efficiency. Each action, each decision, each connection compounds, creating a momentum that is unstoppable. There will be no more waiting in the wings. You are stepping center stage with the full weight of heaven supporting your every move. While the pace may feel intense, it is also profoundly liberating. You will discover abilities and insights you never knew you had. Challenges will still appear, but they will now serve as catalysts, propelling you faster toward your destiny. You are no longer ordinary. You are a force in motion. Ordinary life, the predictable, the mundane, is being stripped away. God is replacing it with experiences, people, and opportunities that reflect the extraordinary design within you. Every interaction, every project, every encounter will carry significance beyond the surface. Nothing will be wasted. Everything will serve a purpose in your spiritual evolution. You may begin to notice small miracles first, a conversation that shifts your thinking, an opportunity appearing out of nowhere, or an insight that feels divinely downloaded. These are previews of the extraordinary life being prepared for you. Over time, they will become the standard, and what once felt miraculous will become your new reality. This transformation is both exhilarating and humbling. You are being trained to recognize the sacred in every detail, to move with intention, and to understand that what you touch now carries ripple effects far beyond your awareness. Ordinary is no longer your framework. Extraordinary is your birthright. As you step fully into your new identity, doors will open before you even knock. Opportunities will appear with uncanny timing, perfectly aligned with your next move. Jobs, partnerships, spiritual assignments, and personal breakthroughs will come almost effortlessly, as if the universe itself is paving your way. These opportunities may challenge your comfort zones or defy conventional wisdom, but that is exactly the point. You are being positioned to rise faster than ever before. God's timing is perfect. Every opportunity that arrives is precisely calibrated to prepare you for the next phase of your journey. Stay alert and responsive. Hesitation can slow progress, but faith and decisiveness will amplify the impact of each opportunity. As these openings appear, embrace them fully, for they are signposts that confirm you are on the path intended by heaven. Finally, prepare to experience the miraculous in ways that feel ordinary at first glance. Everyday moments, conversations, walks, tasks, encounters will carry subtle, profound miracles that remind you of God's presence and power. What seems simple is actually extraordinary. What seems coincidental is divinely orchestrated. These miracles are not for spectacle. They are for growth, confirmation, and alignment. They serve to remind you that the shift you are undergoing is real, unstoppable, and rooted in divine purpose. Every small miracle reinforces the larger transformation, confirming that nothing ordinary remains in your life. As you notice these signs, cultivate gratitude and awareness. Each moment is a thread in the tapestry of your new existence. You are no longer hidden, no longer ordinary. You are the chosen one in action, living a life where the miraculous becomes the everyday and where God's hand is evident in every step. The transformation you are about to experience will not be gradual. It will strike like lightning, sudden, undeniable, and impossible to ignore. One day, you may feel the quiet stirrings within your spirit. The next, life itself will accelerate beyond anything you have previously known. The shift is designed to be unstoppable, moving faster than doubt, fear, or hesitation can catch up. When change comes this swiftly, the world will seem different overnight. People, places, and circumstances will suddenly align in ways that feel orchestrated, almost miraculous. What once seemed impossible will now be unfolding in real time. This is not mere chance. This is the hand of God, rearranging reality in your favor. Power accompanies speed. As the shift takes hold, your energy will increase exponentially, giving you the capacity to handle responsibilities and opportunities that previously seemed overwhelming. Every part of you, mind, body, and spirit, is being calibrated to operate at a higher frequency, capable of holding greater power than ever before. Do not resist the suddenness of this shift. It may feel disorienting at first, but it is intentional. God is removing the barriers that slow ordinary growth to prepare you for a destiny that cannot wait. Trust the process, embrace the velocity, and step boldly into the unstoppable force that is becoming you. Inside you lies a reservoir of hidden strengths, dormant talents, and unrealized potential. Until now, these qualities may have seemed buried or inaccessible, but the time has come for them to awaken. Expect your courage, resilience, creativity, and intuition to surface with astonishing clarity, giving you tools you never knew you possessed. These strengths will not emerge randomly. They will rise precisely when needed, empowering you to navigate challenges and opportunities alike. The experiences you thought were setbacks will now be reframed as training grounds, and your inner fortitude will reveal itself in ways that surprise even you. As these hidden strengths come alive, you will notice a shift in how others respond to you. People will recognize the authority, wisdom, and power emanating from your spirit. Your presence alone will command attention, not because you seek it, but because divine energy now radiates naturally through you. Perhaps most importantly, these awakened strengths will carry moral and spiritual dimensions. You will act with compassion and integrity even as your influence grows. God is awakening what has always been inside, creating a force that is both powerful and holy, a tool for transformation, service, and destiny. The boundaries of your thinking are about to be shattered. You will begin to perceive life, possibilities, and solutions in ways that were previously unimaginable. Concepts that once seemed impossible will now feel ordinary because your mindset is expanding to meet the magnitude of your calling. Old patterns of limitation, self-doubt, and fear that will dissolve. Your thoughts will align with divine wisdom, enabling you to strategize, create, and act from a place of clarity rather than confusion. Decisions that once felt overwhelming will now flow effortlessly, guided by a higher sense of purpose. This expansion is not just mental, it is spiritual. You will begin to understand that every experience, interaction, and event is part of a larger tapestry, orchestrated for your growth. Your perspective will shift from survival to mastery, from reaction to intentional creation. With this mindset, you will notice opportunities and solutions appearing where none existed before. Doors that were invisible to the old, you will suddenly become obvious, and you will step forward with confidence, knowing that God's plan is unfolding in real time. Your mind is being upgraded to match your destiny. As your internal transformation deepens, the external world will begin to mirror it. Your environment, relationships, and opportunities will respond to the strength, clarity, and energy emanating from within. The vibrations you carry will influence the outcomes around you, creating alignment between your spirit and reality. People will start treating you differently, not because you demand respect, but because your presence communicates authority, confidence, and wisdom. Even in subtle interactions, others will sense that you are no longer ordinary, and they will instinctively recognize your role as a force for change and growth. Situations that once felt chaotic will begin to stabilize. Obstacles will shift in your favor, not through luck, but through the magnetic pull of your evolved energy. Life begins to bend in alignment with your inner power, demonstrating that the true source of influence comes from the spirit, not from external control. This reflection is also a test of awareness. Your external reality will reveal whether your inner power is grounded in purpose and humility or ego. When you act from divine alignment, the world itself becomes a witness and participant in the miraculous transformation of your destiny. The right people will arrive in your life at exactly the right moment. They will recognize your purpose almost instantly, not because you explain it, but because your energy broadcasts it unmistakably. These connections will amplify your mission, offering guidance, support, and partnership at a level you have never experienced before. These are not casual acquaintances. These are allies, mentors, and collaborators who resonate with your frequency and understand the unique calling placed upon you. They may come from unexpected places, industries, or even continents, but their timing and influence will feel divinely orchestrated. What is remarkable is how quickly recognition occurs. Unlike old relationships that required proof or time, these new connections will see your potential immediately. Your identity and role are now transparent to those who are aligned with your path, creating trust and synergy from the very start. These interactions will accelerate your growth and expand your impact. Every conversation, introduction, and collaboration becomes a conduit for your destiny, further confirming that the universe is not only aware of your purpose, but actively supporting its unfolding. Movement now carries exponential impact. Every decision, every step, and every action, movement now carries exponential impact. Every decision, every step, and every action contributes to building unstoppable momentum toward your ultimate purpose. What once required immense effort now gains traction effortlessly because the spiritual machinery behind you is accelerating your progress. Momentum works like a snowball. Small actions grow into larger consequences, and progress becomes increasingly visible. Even tasks that seemed mundane or repetitive are infused with significance, contributing to your larger trajectory. No effort is wasted. Every move shapes the path ahead. This is why faith and consistency are critical. Each step you take must be deliberate, aligned, and focused on your higher calling. Random or careless movements will slow the acceleration, while intentionality fuels the unstoppable flow that God has orchestrated for you. As momentum builds, resistance will feel smaller, opportunities will feel larger, and your vision of destiny will crystallize. The rhythm of life itself begins to support your mission, proving that progress is no longer linear. It is divine, compounding, and unstoppable. As your transformation unfolds, the benefits of your work, dedication, and alignment will manifest at unprecedented speed. What once took months or years will now appear in weeks or even days. God is removing delay from your destiny, allowing you to experience the fruit of your efforts in real time. These rewards will be multidimensional: spiritual growth, recognition, financial provision, relationships, and opportunities will converge simultaneously. You will notice that when you act with faith and intentionality, results multiply and compound, reinforcing the path God has laid before you. You are entering a season where material and spiritual prosperity coexist. Unlike before, when abundance might have been one-dimensional, now blessings will arrive in multiple forms: financial stability, resources, recognition, spiritual growth, wisdom, and favor. God is synchronizing your outer success with inner fulfillment. This dual flow ensures that your foundation is secure, allowing you to operate without fear or distraction. Material resources will not overshadow your spiritual purpose. Instead, they will serve it, enabling you to manifest your vision, help others, and invest in your calling with confidence. You will witness coincidences where provision appears just when needed. Opportunities for income, partnerships, and creative growth will align perfectly with divine timing. It will feel as though the universe itself is orchestrating your prosperity in a way that defies ordinary explanation. Most importantly, the harmony of material and spiritual blessings strengthens your integrity. You will not be tempted to compromise your values for gain, because abundance now flows naturally when you are aligned with your divine mission. Every blessing reinforces your purpose. Obstacles are no longer setbacks, they are launch pads. Every challenge you encounter will be infused with a hidden opportunity, designed to expand your capacity, refine your skill, or accelerate your destiny. What once frustrated or discouraged you will now function as a catalyst for growth. Difficult situations will feel less threatening because you will instinctively recognize the lesson and the advantage hidden within them. Even failures will be reframed as data points, guiding your next step, revealing insights that were previously invisible. This perspective transforms fear into curiosity, resistance into strategy. God will orchestrate circumstances so that what appears to be a problem is actually a platform for blessing. A career hurdle may lead to an unexpected breakthrough. A relationship challenge may lead to a transformative connection. Every trial becomes a divine instrument of progress. This approach will cultivate resilience and confidence. The more you embrace challenges as sacred opportunities, the faster you will rise into your purpose. Obstacles are no longer detours, they are integral to the blueprint of your transformation. The creative spark within you will no longer be casual, it will be a weapon of influence. Your ideas, innovations, and artistic expressions will carry power, shaping not only your life, but also impacting communities, industries, and spiritual spheres. Creativity becomes more than self-expression. It becomes a conduit for change. Your imagination, problem-solving, and vision will intersect with divine inspiration. Projects that once seemed ordinary or personal will now resonate on a larger scale, carrying transformative energy that shifts perspectives and circumstances. People will notice the difference, even if they cannot articulate it. Creativity will no longer be limited to traditional outlets. It will inform strategy, communication, leadership, and every aspect of your mission. Your mind will generate solutions that feel almost divinely prompted, revealing paths that others cannot see. This creative force is tied directly to your spiritual bricolage. The fusion of past experiences, talents, intuition, and divine insight now operates at full potency. Every act of creation becomes a reflection of your higher purpose, a tool to shape the world in alignment with God's design. Your leadership will no longer be theoretical or delegated. It will be tangible and immediate. People will be drawn to your presence because they sense authenticity, wisdom, and purpose. You will inspire not with speeches alone, but with consistent action, integrity, and results. Leadership now functions as a magnet, attracting those aligned with your vision and repelling negativity or distraction. Your example will shape behaviors, ignite potential, and create momentum within teams, communities, and networks. The energy you carry will compel others to follow, learn, and grow. Even in difficult circumstances, your composure, decisiveness, and faith will serve as a model. Others will see that challenges are not barriers, but invitations to rise, and your influence will instill confidence, courage, and hope in ways words alone cannot convey. This leadership is both natural and divine. You are no longer seeking validation or approval. Your authority emerges from alignment with God's purpose. By simply being fully present in your calling, you awaken leadership in others and accelerate collective progress. Expect surprises. Blessings may come from sources you never anticipated. Opportunities may present themselves in unconventional ways, and breakthroughs will often exceed your expectations. The speed and magnitude of these rewards reflect the accelerated rhythm of your new life. Above all, gratitude will amplify the impact of every reward. As you acknowledge the divine orchestration behind each blessing, you reinforce your alignment with destiny. The universe responds to appreciation, and in this phase, your recognition of God's hand unlocks even greater abundance.